All right. Hello. My name is Danny. And as always, I'm joined here
My
with
name is
Reed. Yeah, no, I do know my name. I promise.
I promise too.
And yeah, so today we're joined with another great episode of Voice Podcast brought to you by the Student Association, where we like to bring out the voice of the students. So if anybody has any comments, suggestions, likes, dislikes, if you want to come on the podcast, if you want to do anything, definitely come give us a shout. We are at extension 1677. We're also on Instagram. It is at SA Voice Podcast, where you can tell us anything that you need to know, and you can find us, follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, Stitcher, what's the other one? SoundCloud, exactly.
Yeah, they're all displayed right here. Woo.
Wherever they are.
So today we're joined by Jamaal Moussaoui. Jamaal is on the golf team at SLC, and he's off to Nationals next week for the golf tournament. So we're going to be talking to him a lot about the tournament and just life as a student athlete. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
All right, and we're joined today with Jamaal Moussaoui. How you doing today?
Good. How you doing?
All right, doing all right. And you're a student athlete, is that right?
I am, yeah. I'm in my third year of the BBA, so a little bit of university, which is kind of tough, but yeah, play on the golf team as well.
Nice. What's your handicap?
Right now I'm a 0. I haven't really been playing a lot with school, but I went to a 0. I'm usually about a +1 or +2.
Yeah. When you're on the golf course, do you walk or do you drive?
In the summers I drive. I probably shouldn't get a little more activity in, but I drive in the summers. Yeah, I haven't walked in a long time.
So what brought you to St. Lawrence?
I just live down the street. It's really convenient. My brother went here too. I know the golf coaches pretty well, and I have some friends that are faculty here, so just really convenient to come here. No pressure, just kind of get in school and get going.
Right, so you knew that you had a relationship with them before, and they kind of semi-recruited you a little bit. And
yeah, I knew Brian a lot from just tournaments here in Kingston, and Rob was a member at our golf course, the two coaches, so it was just really easy. They would always talk to me after tournaments about college and stuff, especially when I got close to the age, so it was probably a couple years in the process, but just made it really easy.
Nice. So what's probably your favorite part about St. Lawrence or Kingston?
Kingston, just having friends and family here. Again, It was nice not having to go anywhere. It made it a lot easier for me. For St. Lawrence, I kind of like the whole smaller atmosphere. I like that when I walk through the hallways, I know people. It's the same people every day. It's not like I walk into a lecture hall and don't know anyone. So I kind of like that little bit of a smaller vibe.
Nice. Yeah, that's what's cool about the college experience, right? That it's not so much you're just there kind of existing. It's always a tight group of people in your course or in the school. Definitely smaller community, so it's better to know a lot of other people, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Sure. Good way to network.
Good way to network, right? And if that's one thing we've learned on the podcast, it's network, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So you're on the golf course. You're a student athlete. You've been here for a while, so you must have some sort of story, something that's happened that's funny, or something along the way that has happened, right?
Yeah, I mean, being here I did the 3-year marketing first, so this is actually my 4th year of golf. So, we've had some kind of funny stories. I mean, being close to missing a bus and not being able to go to a trip because of that, or having to find someone on the golf course that's not there. There's been a couple crazy stories, yeah.
Finding someone on the golf course, that's got to be entertaining. And if you can't drive around, right?
Yeah, especially when you have to walk and find it. Yeah, I'm not being able to take the golf cart, yeah. It does make it easier. Yeah, no, a couple of years ago, I was pretty close to missing a bus. Just being a student athlete, I was sleeping in, trying to get a little more sleep, so I was pretty close to missing a bus for a 4-day trip, so didn't make it any easier.
And so I understand that the tournament here in town just ended up. What was that, regionals or?
Yeah, it'd kind of be like regionals. It'd be our provincials, yeah.
Provincials,
yep.
Okay, and who'd you guys play against?
So I think there was 7 or 8 schools there, so kind of like Durham College, Humber, Fanshawe, Lakehead, Mohawk College, so basically just any college that wants to come.
Right.
So provincials is an invitational where everyone gets to come, and then the top teams move on.
Now, do you get a jacket?
No.
It's not the Masters.
No jacket, unfortunately.
Maybe it says SLC on it or something?
Yeah, other than the stuff they provide for us, no, we don't get anything for that. But, no, we did really well, so Our school came third. It's our second year kind of placing, which is really good, especially kind of being hosted across the street. We practice there every day. We play there every day. It was just a really good experience having it across the street for us.
Yeah.
So how many people to a team?
So you have 5 players, and then 4 count every day.
Oh,
So
okay.
all 5 play, and then you take the best 4 scores every day.
Nice. And is that there's been a big turnover rate with a lot of the players, or like throughout the years that you've been playing here?
Yeah, not really actually. So this year, the only 2 returning players would be me and Peter Beneteau, which would be one of our number 1 and 2 guys. So other than that, not really. The last 3 guys are all rookies. So it's kind of
Nice.
difficult taking our team from last year when we kind of all knew each other because they were all on the team the year before, to kind of having a whole new team and having to trust them on the golf course with basically you guys moving on. You have to trust your players. So it's a big difference having 3 rookies.
Nice. And so the tournament was held here in Kingston.
In Kingston,
And was that sort of your first time? Was it the first time that you've done a provincial tournament here in Kingston?
Yeah, so I don't think it's ever been hosted in Kingston, but
Wow.
I think Cornwall maybe 14, 15 years ago.
15 years ago.
Yeah, it was a while
Wow.
ago.
Yeah.
So, no, it was a lot different, right? So usually you're kind of getting on a bus, you're traveling for 4 days, you're going to a course you've never seen before,
Right.
and having to kind of get used to it, settle in. So it's nice to kind of wake up in your own bed, drive down the street, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
you're playing in a provincial tournament.
And then
so,
you're ready. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
That's great. So where is it usually held, or where have you played?
So it usually would just be held wherever who wants to host it. So last year, I think the coaches kind of put in a word that we wanted to host it. They played nationals last year, and then they just kind of get ready for provincials. So whoever wants to host it can kind of host it.
Very
So
cool.
it moves
Yeah,
around.
that's cool.
Moves around every year. Yeah.
Very cool.
Where did you guys play last year?
I think last year was in London.
London.
Yeah,
Okay.
Fire Rock Fanshawe hosted. Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you like playing on a course that you've never played before?
For me, I don't find it super difficult.
Right.
I'm not kind of an average golfer, I don't think. So it's going to a course that I haven't seen before. I just kind of play the same game. It makes it a lot easier for me. Just kind of hit it where you can see it and
Right.
keep going. But I actually played Fire Rock beforehand last year during provincials, so it was pretty easy for me.
And you study the course before you start playing on it, or?
Yeah, they give us a yardage book, so we kind of know kind of where we want to hit it, but we also do a little
Right.
bit of research yourself, so you can look up any golf course you want.
So you're not allowed to step onto it.
No, we get one practice round the day before. Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's like race cars, right? Where you get you get to do a couple laps and
Yeah.
then you go into the race. So,
Yeah.
so at least you know it a little bit.
You get a little taste the day before,
Right.
and then it's go time. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Very
crazy. Yeah. So then how are points kept in golf? So you said that it's the best of 4?
Yeah. So like for every team, you'd have 5 players.
Yeah.
Like a perfect example is on the first day I shot 68, Pete was 75, and I think we had a 73 and 74. So you just combine those scores, and then whoever I think we had a 78 was our 5th guy. That guy doesn't count for the day, so he still can count the next day, but just not for that day. So you just take the best 4 of every day, tally them up, and then you do that for 3 days.
Nice.
Oh, yeah,
Nice.
that's not bad.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
And so,
scoring
and
method.
throughout the day, you're not focused on anybody else's score or anything. You're just focused on your own game. Are you able to keep track of anyone else's score?
So we have Robin and Brian as our coach, so they'll kind of go in between the players and kind of tell us what we're all at.
Right.
They kind of keep track of that stuff, but you always kind of know what you're at and who you're playing with. So, for instance, in provincials, I played with Thomas Code and Connor Watt, number 2, and they came number 1 and 2 in the tournament.
Right.
Like you know where they're at, you know where when you're chasing them or if they're chasing you, you kind of know what you're at. But as for your own team, not really. It's just kind of hoping that those guys play as good as they can.
And there are the times where you said, like, I don't want to know. I just want to play my game.
yeah.
Like,
Lots
I'm
of
just
that.
into it. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. Especially for instance, last week I came 3rd, but it was a lot of I don't really care what everyone else is doing. Unfortunately, I'm playing well enough that I just want to worry about what I'm doing.
Nice.
So
So where have you seen yourself? I mean, so this is your 3rd year at St. Lawrence?
4th year.
4th year.
Yeah.
But 3rd year playing.
4th year playing golf.
Okay.
But I just started a new program. So
Oh, I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
I see. So where do you think you've seen your progression as a golfer between your first year playing here and right now?
Yeah, so, when I first started college, I just came off of a city championship win, and it was kind of like my first or second big win, so it was more nerve-wracking back then, right? It was kind of like you have to qualify for nationals, which I did my first year, but it was more of a surprise when I did it. So
Right.
now it's kind of an expectation. So you don't really see your game develop a whole lot. I might be able to hit the ball a little better and course management a little better, but you don't really see that. It's just kind of the confidence level goes up, right? So you're playing with the same guys from other colleges in the next 3 or 4 years, but knowing that you can compete with them every single day is just basically getting easier and easier and easier every single time you play.
Nice, nice.
And how do you feel that, like your athletics here at the college, how does that interfere with your schoolwork, or like how are you able to manage, being on the course, practicing, being on the course, playing a tournament, and then still coming to school and finding it being successful in your studies?
Yeah, it's difficult for sure. I mean, obviously you're missing some days 3 days a week. Like for next week, we're going to nationals. I'm going to miss 4 days of school. But it's just kind of staying on top of it. So last year at provincials, I finished golfing at, I think, 12 or 1, and I came to class at 2:30. So whenever you can be in class, you got to go to class. Other than that, the teachers are pretty open about it. If you're honest with them, hey, listen, I'm going to miss next week, give them a heads up. If we have an assignment, I'll do it. They're pretty easy.
Yeah.
You obviously have a teacher every now and then that's probably not the best for that, but just kind of be honest with them, and they'll be as good as they can with you.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you find everyone's pretty flexible, and
I haven't had any issues in the 4 years
Nice.
I've been here so
Nice.
far.
How much time do you put in on the course just practicing?
During the summer, I'm there every day.
Wow.
I'm there.
Do
Probably,
you work there?
No, I don't work. I don't work in the summers. I'm lucky enough. So, no, I'm there around 8:30 and probably leaving around 6 or 7 at night for the most part. I mean, obviously
wow.
I'll take a day off every now and then, but
And what do? You hit the driving
You're there for
range
14
and do
hours a
course?
yeah.
Wow.
Give or take. I mean, some days you're there for only like 4 or 5 if you got the other stuff to do, but for the most part, I'm there every day.
So it's like your full-time job.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'd consider that my job in the summers. Yeah. I mean, I probably hit balls between 8:30 and 11:30. Go out and play for 4.5 hours. Go in, have a bite, and then go back out and practice.
So how do you practice then during the winter seasons or during the
Yeah, so
off-seasons?
they'll have stuff like at the Landings Golf Course. They'll have kind of indoor stuff where you can just go hit
Right.
balls and someone will watch you swing and they'll help you coach out a bit.
Right.
But other than that, I don't do a whole lot in the winter.
Right.
I might go away with the family.
So it's just
Florida
sort
for
of
a few
making
weeks.
sure that your swing is good and just
Yep.
all little form stuff
Yep.
is all
Once,
handled well.
once you see the sun come out for the summer, you're
Yeah.
you're out
That's
there
it, you're
taking
on the
advantage of
course.
it every single day. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about nationals, like where you're going and what's happening with this tournament.
Yeah, so we leave, I think, Sunday night or Sunday morning. Me, the 5 guys, the 2 coaches are going to go up to Montreal. So it's a 4-day tournament with a 1-day practice round. You play the first 3 days. If you miss the cut, you miss the cut. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm basically going to – it's going to be a lot of fun. We have a pretty good team this year. We're going to be able to compete with the best in the country. So once we get on that bus, it's go time.
And how long are you gone for?
We leave Sunday. I come back Friday.
Oh, wow.
So it's the whole week. You're
All week.
gone, yeah.
All week, yeah.
And how many games? How many?
Yeah, so we play Sunday as a practice round. I think we play Monday as a practice round too, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every team gets. And then I think only the top 10 in the country make it. So if you're not the top 10 teams in the country, you don't play Friday. So we can come back Thursday night, but we'll be there.
Yes.
Nice. I like that attitude.
That's exactly right. So
There you
SLC
go.
Golf.
Yeah.
And is it like if people here at the college wanted to follow you or check it out or I mean, is it on TV? Is it on the radio? Can we follow it on social media? Like how does that work?
Yeah, so Adam, the social media guy here at St. Lawrence, he does a great job with always posting right after our rounds. He'll let you guys know what we shot and kind of where we stand. As for live scoring, I think they do it every 4 holes, and it's on like ccaa.ca, like the Canadian College Athletics. It might do a little bit snooping around to take it, but there's always live scoring. So they did the same thing at provincials where every 4 holes there was someone following us. They ask you what you shot, you tell them, and then they update it. So I mean, I had my brother text me 2 minutes after my round,
telling you what you were
exactly
doing.
what I shot. So, yeah, giving me crap. Yeah.
And so how does it work? You're on the golf course, and then does every team play at the same time, kind of like a scramble kind of thing, like a?
Kind of like that. It's a little different. So like if we were on a team, so to speak, we would kind of go out at 10:30. So I get paired with the guys that are level with me. So I would play with Humber and Fanchaw's number 1 guy, and then we would go out at 10:30, and then the number 2 guys go out behind us. So you tee off with the same teams every day.
Okay.
And then the teams go out together. So like some people tee off at 10:30 in the morning, some people tee off at 2:30. So like even last week, we teed off early one day. It was really nice out, and then in the afternoon it kind of got rainy. So it just kind of depends on what draw you get, unfortunately.
Nice.
Is it like baseball? Do you get rained out? Do you have
No.
to wait? You keep playing in the
You
rain.
keep going. Yeah, there's
going.
horns that if it's thunder and lightning, you get called off. But
You don't want to be holding a golf club
no,
and lightning.
no, definitely not. So, no, like last week it rained 2 of the 3 days of provincials. You just put your rain gear on and keep going.
Keep going.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So what drew you to golf? I mean, this is something that you probably started at as an early age. Like, what was it about golf that you really
Yeah, I was actually the opposite. So I didn't start till I was 11 or 12.
Okay.
So not Tiger Woods.
No, not 2 years old or 3 years old. No. It just so happened my dad was a big golfer, and he kind of wanted to get us into it. So I have a brother too. Like I said, he went here as well. It was just something easy that if my dad was golfing at 10, he would bring us with him. We'd stay there for 5 or 6 hours, hit balls all day, and then he would take us home. So he didn't have to really drop us off somewhere and then go to the golf course and whatever else. So it was just super convenient, and me and my brother enjoyed doing it together.
Yeah.
So it didn't take much. I played hockey and lacrosse growing up too.
Right.
It just so happened that I kind of developed at golf a little better than everything else.
So when did you realize that you were good and that you could maybe do this at a higher level?
Yeah, I mean, when I was 17, my dad kind of said either pick golf or hockey. So I don't know if I was good enough at golf, but I just kind of picked it. And then once I started putting a lot more time into it, I just got a little bit better. So kind of around grade 12 or maybe even grade 13 of high school, that's when I kind of started winning bigger tournaments.
Right.
And,
Just
you know,
reach like in town, kind of like a golf course would put it on, and you would go play at
exactly. Yeah, I mean, I played in tons of Ontario juniors. I think I played in 3 or 4 Ontario juniors, a couple missed cuts, didn't do anything super special. But in my last year of high school, I won the cities here, playing against Brad Ravel, Drew Mayhew, 2 guys who went to Div 1 colleges in the States.
Okay.
So once you're kind of beating those guys, you're doing something a little more special.
So your dad kind of gave you an ultimatum, is just like,
That's
pick
right,
one.
yeah.
You got to
pick
play
one.
a sport.
Yeah.
So and then you were a prospect in hockey as well. Were you like?
I was never that good.
No.
I wish, but no.
Yeah.
No.
Nice. So you picked the right sport then.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay. I wouldn't make the college hockey team, that's for sure.
And do you think you'd go up a level after collegiate sports? Do you think you'd ever try going out for the PGA or doing some sort of like rookie tour or go that route?
It's a process now. So now you got to go on the Mackenzie Tour and kind of qualify top 25, and then you go to another tour before you get to anything that will financially support you. So,
right.
I mean, you could always do stuff as an amateur, which means you don't get paid, but you still get to go try out. Yeah, I might do that for fun, for sure, but I'm lucky enough that my dad does some stuff here in Kingston business-wise, so I'll probably end up doing something with him that doesn't allow me to put pressure on golf. So I might do it for fun, but nothing too serious
Not
after
like
college.
a professional level.
No.
Just hanging out,
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Yep.
You ever thought about, last year in class I did we had to do a report about just random things, right? And I ended up looking into this cruise that took you around the world to play golf.
Yeah.
Right? Would you ever do something like that? Would you just like get on a boat or get on a plane? It's like, you know what, now I'm going to go play David Palmer in Oahu, or, I'm going to go play, in Thailand or something like that.
Yeah. So nothing like crazy like that. I've heard a lot of those
I think I said
trips.
David Palmer. I meant Arnold Palmer.
Yeah,
that was my bad.
Yeah.
Shows how much we know about golf, right?
Yeah. That's funny, actually. My dad just got back from a trip from Bay Hill, which is Arnold Palmer's golf course. So yeah, no, it's funny. I wouldn't do anything super like that. I mean, me, my dad, and my brother will go away in the winter a couple times. If we go kind of to Florida, Arizona, whatever, we'll golf in the winter. But those trips aren't really for me, unfortunately. I take it too competitively to kind of just sign up for fun. But and on the side note, when we do kind of go away in the Florida or in the winter months, we kind of want to play courses that are like really nice. So we might only play 2 or 3, but they're kind of top-notch courses.
Right.
So that's more of my dad's preference too. So. Yeah,
like the courses that the pros would play on. Like you wanna go for those.
Yeah, I mean Arnold Palmer's course, Bay Hill. It's a top-notch golf course,
yeah.
Right? So I've never got the chance to play it, but I think we're gonna go this year.
Nice.
I mean, my dad comes back bragging about how much he got to play. And I'm like, Dad, I don't want to hear this. I understand that I want to be there. So
I played an Arnold Palmer course once, and I'm not a huge golfer, but you can definitely tell the difference between that course and say a municipal course, which is what I usually play,
big
right?
time, for sure.
And it is just like the grass is greener. It's like when people say it's like, oh, this green is really fast. It's like, well, you realize those things, It's like you definitely, it is a very nice course, and you could definitely tell the difference.
When you're playing courses like that, it's more of a privilege than just kind of going out and playing. You kind of get ready for it. Even if I don't play bad, I'm just gonna go enjoy it. And you try your best to
and
it's a moment that you'll always remember.
That
playing.
exactly.
Yeah,
You're not there just for the golf. It's more of an experience, right? So, it's like anything. I've been to the Masters once too. It's just like being there, even though you can't play. Just watching is like, okay, it's something special here.
That's great.
Do you ever watch golf on TV?
Yeah, I mean, it's always on at the house. Yeah, if the TV's on, golf's on with the 3 guys in the house. So, yeah, no, I'm watching every day, looking up highlights, something like that.
All right.
Who's your favorite player?
Who's my favorite player? I like Brooks Koepka a lot.
Okay.
Just kind of the way he comments on things and how he's kind of a boss of what he does, and he always talks about how little he practices and still beats people. Is pretty funny to me. So,
I would have to say my favorite is Happy Gilmore.
yeah,
But that's
that's the majority of answers. Yeah.
Adam Sandler.
yeah. That's after that. Like I don't really, Tiger Woods.
Close second.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I like golf. It's fun. I like going out in the summer and just going out and hitting the ball and having fun on the golf cart. It's, I'm not an expert. I'm not good. I'm not great, but I do like playing golf. But it's for me, like golf is more like I'm getting out of the house.
It's a therapy kind of moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go hang out with your friends.
Especially in the summer, man. Like when the sun's out,
Yeah.
You can go lay by the pool. You can go do stuff like that. But it's nothing like hitting some golf balls with your friends.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of fun, and it's fun. I like it too because it's like you hit it and it's like, oh, my ball slice, So then it's like you have to figure out, you have 18 holes to figure out how not to do that anymore.
It goes by fast.
And it goes by fast.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what I like about it because like with other sports, like I feel like maybe you have, like I don't at least for me, I don't see how I change or how I do things as quickly as I do with golf.
Yeah.
Right. So like I said, it's like if I'm slicing, I have a finite amount of time to fix that slice or things like that, So that for me, that's what I like about golf. But that's really cool that you are doing great in this golf tournament. You're going to nationals.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you want anyone to know about nationals or what's happening or any plugs that you got?
Yeah, I mean, that was a lot of what I had to say. I mean, for the most part, it's a pretty new team. I mean, 2 or 3 years ago, we didn't have a chance to go into nationals as a team. I went as an individual, which was super cool, honored to be so. But now that we have a pretty good team, it's nice to get some support. So if you can ever look it up online, take a look at what we're doing. It's pretty important.
Awesome.
Yeah. Perfect. What's the website or the handle?
Yeah, so I think it's just ccaa.ca. Go to the golf website basically, and it'll kind of navigate you from there.
All right. And then we can definitely follow along with SLC Athletics.
Yep, SLC Athletics on Twitter, Instagram. They do a great job. They'll post our scores. They'll tell you where we're at.
Perfect.
Right. And then do you have a Instagram or something that you want to let the people, where can people find you, follow you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't post anything too important, but yeah, Jamaal Moussaoui. It's just my name on Instagram. I'll be on there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Jamal. Thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah,
Thanks.
no problem.
Appreciate
it was great learning some things about golf.
Yeah. Jamal's gonna teach me how to swing just after we're done here.
Try to get
out there.
Get a hole-in-one in the basket.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.
That was awesome.
Did you know all that about golf? I didn't know how they kept score.
I know nothing about golf, man. I know I don't play. I couldn't even get off the driving range. So to kind of hear that kind of competitive edge to him too, about playing in a tournament like that on such a high level. Too.
Exactly.
I think that's really cool that someone from our school is that good at golf.
When he said, and this crazy, they say the lowest score is the best. He's like, I'm a 0. What does that mean?
Yeah, I have no handicap. yeah, me too, man. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So, for this episode, we are here obviously in a different setting. We're here representing the student athletics at SLC. So we're here right at St. Larry's Pub, right in front of the basketball court. So it was kind of a nice setting for this episode. And thanks for watching.
Exactly. And as always, you can find me and follow me at No Middle Name 13.
Sneaky Pig 1.
All right. And we'll see you next week.
Cool.